Hey, what's going on, Facebook family? What up? I labeled the video, "You Don't Know the Person's Past." You know, oftentimes people see the now and they want to overlook and judge the then. You see, then and now is a big separation. And then should not be combined with now. That should be the only division, then and now. You know, you don't know their past. The other day I got accused of thinking that I guess I'm better than other people, which is absolutely ridiculous. They say, well, John, you know, you're always posting pictures of food and this and that, and you have high standards, and you want, well, you know, I just want the best in people. You know, I gotta show you it so you can know, you know, because if I don't show you, then it's lip service. So I want to back up my talk, and I want to show you with evidence so you can have more of an example to follow by. They say, you know what, John? I don't think you know what the struggle is. I don't think you've been there, because I look at your Facebook page and your Instagram and I see you now. But you don't know the past. Everybody has a beginning. Everybody has a story. I wasn't always able to post pictures of food. There was times where, you know, my stomach used to growl, and McDonald's dollar menu, that was the only thing. If you had a friend who worked at the place, you go through the drive-thru and, you know, you pretend like you're ordering, and your homeboy, your homegirl will pretty much steal from the company and put food in the bag. That's just how it is. You call them up, yo man, I'm on my way to Checkers. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. They'll tell you, just hop in the drive-thru, I got you. As soon as you get to the drive-thru, you know, you got a bag full of fries, a bag full of burgers, a bag full of whatever. You know? And that's how it was. So you don't judge somebody with, you don't judge somebody now if you don't know their then. Because then is not now. See, now is different. Now we're supposed to be blessed now. The suffering is not supposed to go on your entire life. I hate the fact that people see that you're blessed now and they want to critique you, size you up, and judge you based on your life now. And I think that's very wrong. I think everybody who is blessed now, who has survived through the trenches, should be showing a better example, a better life. Because people are creatures of image more than anything. They don't listen, they don't read. They're following what you portray. They're following what you show. Actions speak louder than words. Other than that, it's lip service. He's just all talk. You don't know that now I'm taking pictures of, you know, the fancy places, but I only eat one day a meal. One meal a day. Today I ate 2 meals today. I feel grateful. I feel humble. But I put myself on a budget to where I can only afford so much food in one day. Because if I don't put myself on a budget, by the end of the year, I will spend a lot of money. And you guys know it's true. You know, where's all my money go? You know, it went for food, it went for this, it went for that. Because if you don't put yourself on a budget, you're gonna go beyond your expense account, you know? So, and since I put only a certain amount, I decided I'm gonna do 1 meal a day, because I could get the best. You know, I could get the best for my money, and I want to eat the best. You know, I was working in the restaurant for 8 years. I refused to give up that lifestyle. That is my lifestyle, that I earned it. I built it from the ground up. Nobody gave me nothing. I got out of jail. I beat my prison charge, 5 years probation. It was a miracle. And I slept on the bus bench, and I was homeless. All my jobs knew it. I would sleep on the bench for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, because the bus came by around 6 a.m. I would get out of work at 2, sleep there at 6, get up, go to my next job, because I had to be there by 7. So, John, where do you shower? I really didn't, to be honest. I didn't. Old school. baby wipes, you know, brush your teeth in the bathroom sink, stop at a 7-Eleven, wipe yourself down real quick, and keep going. When I went to Disney, that was a little different because Disney had a building for Cigna. You had to be a cast member. See, I worked on Disney property. I didn't work for Disney, so I was a participant, not a cast member. So I would sneak in. I knew the times. I knew that after 1 a.m., the security guard was gone. So I went and I took a shower. I got caught a couple times. I got kicked out a couple times. Almost got fired a couple times. But I kept going back until eventually they knew what's up and they just turned the cheek and let me do what I got to do. You know, later on down the line, when I got a little more money, and things like that, and I was able to get a room for rent, and I was able to get a gym membership, and I was able to take care of myself a little more. Long story short, I don't know any of you. I don't know your past. You see, when you see a person messed up and defeated, you have no idea that maybe they was victorious a couple years ago. And I watched a video on YouTube, right? A motivational speaker. And they said, I think his name was Inky Johnson, everybody on this earth is only 2 mistakes away from being on the other side. And that's very true. No matter how blessed you are right now, me, you, and everybody is only 2 mistakes away from being homeless. 2 mistakes away from losing your job. 2 mistakes away from a divorce. 2 mistakes away of losing your life, going to jail, filing bankruptcy, foreclosure, repossession. We're only 2 mistakes away from going from the top to the bottom. And the thing about gravity is, it's always a quicker and a harder way down, crashing, than it is you climbing the ladder. It will take you years upon years to get to where you want to be in life. 2 mistakes and you'll drop quicker than a sack of potatoes, man. You're gonna hit the ground because gravity's gonna pull you down, and you will be humbled. And according to how you treat people, what comes around goes around. You might be treated the same way you treated those who were less unfortunate than you, because now guess what? You're the less unfortunate because you fell. And I have a history of falling. My attitude, my anger, my lack of diligence, my lack of patience, my lack of gratitude, my fighting mentality, my aggressiveness. I've took a lot of falls in my life until I hit my head so hard that I decided I didn't want to hit my head no more falling down. I think I've learned my lesson. I think a person can only get hit on the head so much until something clicks in his mind and says, all right, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I got to evolve. I got to adjust. I got to adapt. I got to change. I got to transform myself, and I can't be the same old self. So now I'm in the best place that I've been my entire life. This happened when I was around 24. I got my CDL. You guys know the story, and God just elevated me. Everything I was dreaming of became a reality. Everything I prayed for became manifested. And I have to have new dreams. I have to have new prayers. I have to have new goals, because God already gave me, my goals. And I realized that I had to dream bigger, because to keep up with God's blessings, you got to dream big. I realized that, half the time people pray and they fight. You guys fight for the most petty things that you don't need God. You don't need a bank. You don't need a friend. You could just do it on yourself. It's so petty. It's so small. So I challenge everybody to dream big. And yes, I made a video about, should I show off my blessings? Of course, show off. Not in a cocky attitude way, but in an inspirational, encouraging way. Because that's what I do. How can I preach kingdom if I don't show it? What's going to separate me from the other preachers besides the fact that I don't do this full time? I'm not giving my best, because, look at me, man. It's always a white t-shirt, a New York hat. I'm in a semi-truck half the time. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm doing 15, 18-hour days since I could always remember. I just now started taking the Sabbath off, the Saturday off. I think it's like my second month. Other than that, all my life I've been working. All my life. You get to the point when when you get older and your back aches and your neck aches and your shoulder aches and your ankle aches and you're like, whoa, man, I gotta start thinking big, man. I can't just work myself, my nose to the grindstone until I die. It's about leveraging so I can have freedom and wealth. Who can I leverage off of? What can I leverage off of? And where can I leverage off of? This is business. So, never judge. You don't know who they are, where they come from, and what they are. You know, I can't judge you now because I don't know your past. I'll give a recap. If I see you blessed and highly favored now, that's not because you're spoiled, ungrateful, you don't know what the struggle is, you was born with a silver spoon. That's not the case. Some people really broke their back and damn near died to get to that level, and now they're enjoying the fruits of your labor. The fruits of their labor. And some people who are broke and defeated and just hurting, there once was big timers. They had the money, they had the career, they had it all. But like I said, everybody is 2 mistakes away from losing everything in life. That's why every day we have to be humble, faithful, grateful, kind, appreciative, and never for 1 second think that one man's status is above another man's dignity, another man's respect, another man's integrity. We are all the same. See, it's a paradox. I like to say that equality doesn't exist, but yet human beings are equal. Equality means that my education could be higher than yours. You know, my income could be higher than yours. I could probably jump higher. I could probably lift more weights than you. See, equality in that case don't exist. But equality in humanity does exist. Because nobody's better than the other. It just happens that some people choose to do better than others. Because some people dream and some people give up hope. And now that we know the problem, we could address it and fix it. And it's a very simple equation. Speak hope to the hopeless. You know, and speak mentorship to those who are big. Everything was made in opposites for a reason. Strong, weak, smart, dumb, big, small. So the big have a responsibility to help the small. The wise to the dumb. The strong to the weak. It's a domino effect. We either stand together or we fall together. And that's why the devil is just picking us apart. Because in a world of segregation, whether it's racial tension, political views, or whatever the case may be, the church is so divided with congregations and denominations and tribes. I had a woman tell me, I like you, John. What congregation? I don't have one. I'm kingdom. What tribe you a part of? I don't have one. I'm kingdom. What do you represent? What do you believe in? Jesus Christ and the kingdom. I mean, like I don't understand how you guys manipulate what God created. I studied the Bible from front to back since I was like 6. So, you know, like I'm the wrong person and the right person because I'm gonna correct you. I'm gonna correct you because I love you. And if I don't correct you, it's because I know you're reprobate in your mind, so I'm gonna leave you alone. But I'm not an apostolic, a Pentecost, a Methodist, a Baptist. I don't really care about all that, to be honest. I care about Jesus said repent, for the kingdom is at hand. I took that, I ran with it. I repent, I became kingdom. And that's just what it is. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to be kingdom. And I think a lot of people don't know what kingdom is. So I suggest you start watching movies. King Arthur, I don't know, Lord of the Rings. Any type of kingdom movie that could resemble what a king is, what a queen is. So you can know, you know, I think people don't know who Jesus really is. He's a king. I think you should look up the definition of a king. I think you should look up what kings do in battle. I think you should read, you know, from Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, all the way to Joshua. So you can see how kings fought in battle, how God said to Moses and to Joshua, gather together. I want to have a mighty army, men of valor, and give them captains of the men of valor, men of war. You know? I just want to say that, man. Like, I've been hearing things like, John, you think you're better because you bought acres of land. I'm the same guy. You wasn't saying that when I was broke. You know, you're not saying that because, first of all, I didn't celebrate my birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas for 7 years straight. For 7 years. Then I took a break. I celebrated for the last, I think, from 24 to I think last year. This year I didn't celebrate. Because that's what it takes if you want to be kingdom. If you want to be a regular human being, a regular Christian, go ahead. Don't drink, don't pray, don't fast, don't worship. This who cares, man? Because you ain't doing nothing with your life. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like every other fake preacher just to encourage you and lie to you. You want to know why God ain't blessing you? Because you ain't going to do nothing for him. You're not going to do nothing with it. Why would God give you something that you're not going to give back? Every year, I just did my budgeting, right? I said, how much money did I give away this year? By the end of the year, I would give away around $5,500. Last year, I gave $6,000. Every year, I give money. I mean, I give money, and by the time the year ends, it's a couple $1,000s. And you want to know why I'm not cursed? You want to know why I keep getting blessed? Because I do my part. But see, if I broadcast it, John is showing off. John is not telling the truth. John is just looking for attention. I don't have a lot of followers, so obviously that's not the case. I don't do this full time. I don't have crazy videos with effects. You know, I'm working. My engine's always running. I'm always working. I go to sleep at 11. I get up at 4 every day. I never go back to sleep no matter how tired I am. I'd rather go put my face in cold water and just shock my body and keep myself up. I discipline myself because I have a future. I have a dream. I have a goal. I think that every preacher that becomes a preacher, to me, I haven't seen nobody that ever impressed me. Nobody. You know, maybe Brian Trejo and Marcus Rogers, but besides that, man, I doubt anybody's ever impressed me. I really don't care. You know, because at the end of the day, your community has never been transformed. You're telling me you're preaching in a mega church and the community is not transformed. You're telling me you've been in ministry for 10, 15 years and nobody in the world has been transformed. There's a problem with that. You're telling me that there's a problem with that. I get accused that, oh, Jonathan serves money as his God. He's the next sellout. Just wait till he gets big. I've had money when I was doing illegal activity. That's why I have multiple felonies and multiple misdemeanors. So obviously, it ain't the money that I'm selling myself out for. I've done illegal tender and been locked up. I've done business very wise and I reap my harvest. You reap what you sow. I pray that everybody that has wealth. I mean, like, I want to understand this, and I'm going to end the video. I want to understand this clearly. If you say your kingdom, but you don't believe in money, then you're a damn liar. You are a fool. The Bible says he has storehouses. Bring tithes into my house, that I may have something in my house, that I may pour out a blessing. What do you think God is going to pour out? You know, if money was not important, then why you're praying for your bills to be paid? Why you're praying to feed your family? Why you're praying to not lose your house or your car? Why are you praying to afford the insurance when you have cancer? What are you praying for? Why do you go to work for? Stop eating. Why do you eat for? Why do you wear clothes for? Come on, man. Let's not be stupid here. It's like, do you read the Bible? I don't think you read the Bible. I don't think you ever heard God speak to you. I think you guys are just Christians because maybe you want to go to heaven. And God sees how selfish you are and you're not blessed. Oh, Christianity don't work. Or maybe you're Christian because your father and mother told you to be. I don't know. I know that I was born My dad and mom were pastors. I was raised in the church. But until I found a relationship with Christ, I was a full-blown maniac. I would do bad things and go to church on Sunday. Leave church, do bad things, go to church on Wednesday. It was known. People in church knew I did bad things. It was known. The pastor knew. My parents knew. The police knew. I was under investigation for fraud. I got locked up with 10 fake IDs and multiple fake checks. Big checks. I would go to, I'm not going to say, I already got my charge and everything, but I would go and cash checks for $3,000, $5,000. I had a guy from California and a guy from Pennsylvania. We teamed up and we cashing checks. So it's just, until I had a relationship with Christ, I didn't know any better. I was just like everybody else. Yeah, I'm Christian. Let me hit that blunt. Yeah, I'm Christian. Let me go have sex with her. Yeah, I'm Christian. Let me go use profanity. Yeah, I'm this. Yeah, I'm that. But my life is not reflecting. I will be in jail telling people I believe in God, and everybody in jail be like, yeah, man, I believe in God too. But all of us are sinners. All of us are criminals. The mentality of today, man, and I blame everybody who's preaching. I blame them because you have the opportunity to make a difference. But here's the problem. 90% of all these preachers who make it had no money. So the first thing they do is, wow, I got money now. And they get hungry. And they turn. And it becomes a business. Well, you take a guy like me who beat prison because God did it, who told God, the only thing I need is money to survive. Otherwise, I'm going to go right back in there. And I'm going to prison this time. Federal, state prison, the big prison. With all the bad guys. The rapists and the murderers and all that. The big boys. And I'm like, I'm like, God, am I ready for it? How do you prepare for prison? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you train for prison? Like, how? You just have to survive and roll with the punches and hope you don't get stabbed and hope you don't come with a cracked head or a broken jaw. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that is the future that I'm heading if I don't get my life together. Check my Facebook. One of my friends just got shot and killed by another guy. I know both those dudes. It's crazy out here in the streets. It's not fair. What do I do? Do I cry about it? What do? I got to give my life to Christ. I got to get blessed. But how does this work? I've been in church all my life, but how does this work? I got to become kingdom. How does that work? I had to figure it out from scratch. And then I come on Facebook and I give it to you. And then I see all these other preachers who are famous, multi-millionaires, TBN, famous. 4 or 5 million people viewing, going viral. And I'm like, yeah, but bruh, you don't bring the fire, man. You ain't really, like, what are you doing? You don't speak against nothing because you will lose your followers. If they spoke like I spoke, they will never be famous on Facebook. Ain't nobody want to hear that. Nobody wants the truth. They want you to lie. See, they taking lies and encouraging you. I see it all the time. 2019, that's going to be your year. Lie. It's not going to be your year unless you make it your year. It's not going to be your year unless you fight for it. It's not going to be your year unless you plant, unless you plow, unless you build, unless you go to war, unless spiritual warfare, unless you sacrifice for it. Stop letting them lie to you. Right now, there's a man praying for you. No man is praying for you until you become a wife. No woman is praying for you until you become a husband. Stop the lies. Oh, John, you're mean. Hey, man, tough love so you get it the right way. Because I'm sick and tired of you. I'm seeing this every year. Every year. Maybe next year will be my year. I'm still waiting, God. You show me in the Bible what God said, wait, year after year after year, and receive nothing. You show me in the kingdom where there's a famine. You show me. I promise you. There's a blueprint. There's a law. There's a mathematical equation. There is a to-do list. It's a huge condition. You have to graduate. You can't go to college until you go to first all the way to 12th grade. You have to go through that process. People are lying to you. The book of Proverbs, the book of wisdom, Ecclesiastics, you know what I mean? Like Luke chapter 16. I mean, I've been saying this for years. But when people read it, they're like, oh man, but the Bible is telling me to go to work. But we're not saved by work. We're not talking about your salvation, dummy. That's a gift. But you have to work. Meanwhile, you're on this earth. Before I let this video go, salvation is a gift, but you do have to work to maintain it. Okay? It's given, but you have to maintain it, or it could be repossessed. God will take it back. And if you don't believe me, there's a lot of people screaming in hell right now, begging for another chance. Begging for another chance. Like, I just don't understand, you know. That's why I say, God, you know, I got scars on my body. I broke my ribs, you know, multiple concussions, you know, doing stupid things. All my friends are being murdered. You can see it on my Facebook page. It's sad, but I'm glad I come from it, because now I can speak to those who don't come. I mean, who do come from it, and to don't. You know, whatever, whoever does and doesn't. I come with a spirit of courage, man, and strength, and I think that's what this world is missing. Yeah, a lot of cowards, a lot of fakes, man. Everybody talks big, but you can't cry and both at the same time. You can't say I'm powerful and then weep at the same time. You're either in or out. You're in or out. You're going to war or you're not. They say, John, when does the storm end? It doesn't end. I'm not going to lie to you. This too shall pass. It's all lies. It doesn't end. The war ends when you make it in heaven. Paradise is heaven. Right now, we have to fight for your soul. Fight for your marriage. Fight for your children. Fight. It's a fight right now. Just so happens the fight didn't come to your doorstep. So you think it's all peaches and cream. You think it's, I'm just going to kick back. I'm born and raised in America. I'm in America. I got it good. People dying overseas. People dying down the corner. People dying down the street. I'm in the South Bronx, man. This is the way they machete that poor 15-year-old. Because they mistaked him for somebody else. And everybody saw him, watched him bleed. The store owner. Everybody's like little cowards, man. Everybody's tough until the war comes out. And then they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. That's not my character. I could stand here today and let you know my mother, my father, and my sister know that I would die for them. If I have to, I will kill for them. I will bleed for them. But nobody will hurt them. Where the men at, man? Back in the day, men were men. Women were women. They stood strong with their life on the line because they knew nobody got their back but them. They was bold, like lion. My God is with me. And if I die, to die is to gain. To live is to suffer, like Apostle Paul. All in. All in. Because I'm going to fight this fight. Even if I fight alone. They're crying about welfare. Suck it up. You're crying about food stamps. Suck it up. You're crying about government assistance. Suck it up. Fight for your own. Go to war for your son and your daughter. Stop being selfish. Somebody said, I was forced to give vaccines to my kid because I can't afford private school and you know, they won't let me go to public school. What have you done all your life? You were supposed to prepare for this day. What a failure, man. Straight up, that's not right. Be aware of the devil's devices. Don't give in. Jesus died on the cross. He gave his life for it. I'm going to give my life for it. That's the only way to be. You want to be like Christ? You give your life for it. If not, this ain't for you. Don't even start. This Christian walk ain't for you. Fake Christianity is for you. Cotton candy, church with AC, suits and ties and high heels and dresses. That's Christianity. That's for you. But the war, the mud, the trenches, the jungle, that's for the real disciples of Christ. That's the real deal, because people are dying out here. You know, the title is called You Don't Know Their Past. So you judge them because they're broken, but you don't know that something shattered them. Something happened. They fought with all their heart and they still got beat down. It's up to us to rehabilitate them. It's up to us to rebuild. It's up to us to point them to the cross. It's up to us to say, listen, I'm with you. Roll my sleeves up. Put my swamp shoes on. I'm with you. Look me in my eyes. I'm with you. You have to believe that I'm with you. You bleed, I bleed. You cry, I cry. You fight, I fight. You die, I die. You pray, I pray. I'm with you. That's how you build a generation of strong warriors. That's how you make disciples, baptizing them in the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. You make them a warrior from the beginning. So when the devil comes, you knock a horn off his head. You grab him by the throat. You say, devil, get out of my house. With force. You showing mercy to the devil. Devil ain't showing mercy to you. Real talk, guys. You got to rise up and stand strong in faith. Call me crazy, call me lunatic, call me I'm too aggressive. Hey man, listen, you might just you just too soft. Go listen to these other soft preachers that do nothing for you. For all my life I've been watching these preachers preach. All my life I've been watching stadiums and stadiums being packed to watch these guys preaching their revival. And year after year, people die. Year after year, suicide, drugs, prison, defeat, poverty. Year after year, there's a problem. Some of these men of God that I met, they avoid me. I'm not gonna say names because you think I'm trying to get clout, but they kind of shy away from me, man. There's no way around my strength. There's no way around my demeanor. I could care less what you're preaching about, bruh. I'll watch your footsteps. Everybody could be clapping and shouting amen. That's not my character, man. I'm more focused on where we gonna conquer, who we gonna fight, how we gonna survive, who we gonna save, who we gonna inspire, where is gonna be the change, when is gonna be the transformation. Why am I shouting in church when people dying in the streets? That's my mentality. I pray that I rise up, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna take a lot of money. I want to do something big, man. Like big. Buy a building. Screw a mega church. Put a center, like a rehab center, but spiritually rehabilitate people. Make it a non-profit. I don't need no tithes and offering, man. I'll figure it out. I'm a very excellent businessman. I'll figure it out. I'll get sponsors. I'll get investors. With the power of God and the wisdom of God, I'll figure it out. A regular church, yeah, they need their tithes and offering. Go ahead and give it to them. But I want to do something. I don't want to take from people because they believe that's the only way to get hope. Like you're trying to buy your way to prosperity and blessings. You're trying to pay. Here you go, God. Here's $100. Please bless me. Like, bro, like this ain't no vending machine. You guys need to realize that in America, we have pissed our life away. We have threw our money down the toilet. And God has ignored it because we are not following his blueprint. We are not in order. We are not in line. We have not activated his ear to be open. We have not done it the right way. And it takes hard work. It takes effort. It takes sacrifice. Prayer. Fasting. You can't even go days without food. You want to make an excuse. But what about a Daniel fast? What about just a TV fast? Man, nah, man. A real fast It's only water and no food for a couple of days. A couple of days straight. No food, only water. This is your food. This is your food. But we don't have that nowadays. It's cute you're making music videos. That's entertainment. That's a Scooby snack. It's cute that you want to make movies and make beautiful viral videos. That's a Scooby snack. But what about the change? This is a sword. Who's swinging? Who's fighting? Like, what's up, man? I don't want to hear nobody say, this is my year. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to Jesus. Stop lying to yourself. We need to face the fact that my year will never come because I ain't doing nothing for it. I'm too much on Netflix. I'm watching Facebook. I'm on Facebook all day. But I don't do nothing to preach for the kingdom. I don't teach. I don't preach. So why am I on Facebook? Why am I watching movies? I don't teach. I don't preach. I have no business wasting my life anymore. Why am I watching the stupid basketball game and the stupid football game? I'm not the one playing. I'm not the one getting a check. When they win, that's not me winning. I'm not on the team. I didn't get drafted. I got the team. My captain is Jesus. I got the team. My team is the kingdom. I got my own war. But we're not. We eat McDonald's. We poison our bodies. We eat junk. We kill ourselves. Jonathan, please pray for me. Listen, man, the Bible says don't be quick to pray. Don't be quick to give. Use discretion. Use discernment. Just passing prayer for free. Just giving for free. No discipling. No training. No discipline. No coaching. No mentorship. No step-by-step guide. Nothing. It's like a drug. One prayer here. Hey, pastor, I need some more prayer. Like a crack addict, like a drug. What are you going to do for yourself? Pray for yourself. This is your war. This is your life. It's not the same when you pray for others versus when you pray for yourself. When you pray for yourself, you activate a relationship with God the Father, with intimacy, one-on-one. I am not your father. Yes, praying for you is good. We come in agreement. That's what prayer only means. We come in agreement. I fight on your behalf. But you have to fight for yourself. This is your relationship. You will die and go to hell and say, Jesus, but the pastor said, the pastor is not the King of Kings. "2019 will not be your year unless you listen to Brother John. But he said this, but she said this." I don't care what they said. You know why? Because I measure how real they are. And this may sound arrogant, and I don't care. According to how we stand next to them. Everybody looks good on camera. But until I stand next to you, and we go to war together, I need to see how you breathe, how you fight. I need to see if you get tired. I need to see if you retreat, if you surrender. I need to see if you have, a softness in you. You're afraid. When death comes knocking at your door, do you fight or do you run? That's what I want to see. Are you the real deal or are you just a TV actor on Facebook? That's straight up. When do we change? I'm a king, I'm a queen. How? How? Show me, prove it, fight for it. Go to war for it, protect it, defend it. God gave you a dream. Knuckle up with the devil, defend it, protect it. God gave you a wife, fight for her, protect her. Same thing with the husband, fight for him, protect him. What's the problem? There shouldn't be any defeat in the neighborhood. We should be fighting for one another, protecting one another, helping one another. It's not, oh, you snooze, you lose. What kind of men and women are that? Who talks like that? You know how many jobs I help people get? You know how many money I gave to people? I don't talk, I walk. Pray don't help somebody when they're hungry. They're hungry now. They need food now. I'm going to go to church and tell the pastor to pray for you. That don't save his life. He's dying now. That's the problem. When people preach in the streets, and I'm not knocking nobody, but why is that when you street preach, you go to the good neighborhood, the little goody twos neighborhood. Go to the projects. Go to the hood. Go to the prostitute house. Man, go where the devil's at. How are you going to fight? It don't make no sense. You're trying to evangelize to somebody in a Mercedes, to somebody going to school, to somebody going to, to their job. They're not desperate. You could get them later. The people who are dying, they need help now. But we don't do nothing. But we're scared. That's not my problem. We all got to survive. I got my own problem. You a coward, that's why. I put my problems in my back pocket for people. I say, Jesus, you take care of my problems. I take care of your problem, Jesus. You take care of my problem. We got a deal? All right, cool. Let's go handle this. But we don't do that, guys. When Pastor John Gray gave his wife a gift, we want to get angry at him. I'm not defending him. I don't know him. But I will definitely give my wife a gift like that. I will give my mother a gift. I will give my sister, I will give my daughter a gift like that. If God was ever to bless me, I'm giving it straight to my family. Thank you, God. Here you go. Don't worry about me, God. I don't need to spend the money on myself to feel blessed. That's a coward. I give it to my family. I could stay without. I'm the king. I give it to the family. Here you go. Here you go. Obviously, I'm man enough to get the money. I'm man enough to believe with Jesus. I'm man enough to fight this war and conquer. I give it to my family. You can have that. You can have that. A husband gave to his wife. A father gave to a man gave to his queen. What's the problem? You want to judge people because of their now when you don't know their then? Y'all be blessed, all right? I'm telling you, if you don't listen, you ain't gonna be blessed. Delete the video. Go to this preacher. Go to that pastor. Keep jumping from church to church and lying like you got church hurt. Just keep running and jumping and juking and jiving until you die and go to hell and say, you know what, Jesus, I should listen to Brother John. He was rough. He was loud. He was tough. But he was correct. Y'all be blessed.